Andrew's last major public honor could be hanging by a thread. The former Duke of York is facing fresh humiliation after ignoring a request to hand back his freedom of the City of London. The ancient honor is largely ceremonial, but it remains one of the City of London's oldest distinctions. Andrew received it in 2012 by virtue of patrimony because his late father, Prince Philip, had previously been made a Freeman of London, allowing his children to inherit the status. After King Charles stripped Andrew of his royal titles in October following the release of the Epstein files, the City of London Corporation was one honor he still retained. The City of London Corporation had believed it did not have the legal power to revoke it directly. Because of that limitation, officials wrote to Andrew asking him to surrender the honor voluntarily. He did not respond, and that silence has now triggered the next stage of action. Legal officials at the corporation are drafting a new bill that would create a lawful process allowing elected members to vote on removing the honor. If the new mechanism is approved, councillors would then be able to decide whether Andrew should be stripped of the freedom. A spokesperson for the City of London Corporation told the Mirror that officials are developing a process that would allow the freedom of the City of London to be removed where appropriate, because there is currently no effective lawful mechanism to do so. The spokesperson added that the corporation understands why people want the matter resolved quickly and said the preferred approach is to establish a lawful internal process rather than seek legislation through Parliament. Andrew's failure to reply to the request had already led to a formal motion of censure being passed against him in May. The Court of Common Council said it regarded his association with convicted pedophile Jeffrey Epstein as wholly unacceptable and inconsistent with the status and obligations of a Freeman of the City of London. The motion also expressed profound disappointment that Andrew had not surrendered the honor, despite being asked to do so. The corporation said its thoughts remained with the victims and survivors of Jeffrey Epstein, and with all victims of sexual abuse and exploitation. For now, the immediate question is whether the City of London succeeds in creating a legal route to revoke the honor. If councillors approve the new process, Andrew could lose what many see as one of the final ceremonial distinctions still linked to his royal past. But the threat to Andrew's final honor isn't the only storm gathering around him. A widening investigation is now stretching far beyond Britain, with detectives preparing to travel to the United States. A royal scandal that refuses to die. Now it's crossing international borders. UK detectives are reportedly preparing to fly to the United States to question the family of Virginia Giuffre, the woman who accused Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor, formerly Prince Andrew, of sexual abuse. So why are investigators now turning to her family, and what could this mean for the widening probe? Let's break it down. According to the Times, Thames Valley police officers are expected to speak with Giuffre's brother, Sky Roberts, and her sister-in-law, Amanda Roberts, as part of the widening investigation into Andrew's conduct. Thames Valley police have previously confirmed they are examining allegations linked to Andrew's time as the UK's trade envoy and have appealed for anyone with relevant information to come forward. According to the Times, detectives are now seeking testimony from Giuffre's family as part of those inquiries. Virginia Giuffre alleged that she was sexually abused by Andrew on 3 occasions when she was a teenager. Andrew has repeatedly denied those allegations. In 2022, the civil lawsuit between the two ended in an out-of-court settlement without any admission of liability by Andrew. The 2022 settlement came amid the then Duke of York continuing to dismiss liability or wrongdoing. Despite that settlement, investigators in the UK have continued examining other allegations connected to Andrew's public role. Among the issues reportedly under investigation are claims that Andrew asked a protection officer in 2011 to check Giuffre's personal details, including her date of birth and social security information. Andrew was arrested in February 2026 on suspicion of misconduct in public office before being released under investigation. Since then, Thames Valley Police have confirmed that the inquiry has widened. Giuffre's family has welcomed the investigation. Following Andrew's arrest earlier this year, her relatives described it as a moment of vindication for Virginia and other Epstein survivors, saying they hoped nobody would be considered above the law. The planned U.S. interviews are expected to help investigators better understand what Giuffre shared with her family about her allegations and whether that information could assist the wider inquiry. Police are also reportedly working with U.S. authorities to obtain additional material connected to the Epstein investigation. For now, no charges have been announced, and the investigation remains ongoing. Andrew continues to deny all allegations of sexual misconduct and wrongdoing. But with detectives now preparing to gather testimony from Virginia Giuffre's family in the United States, the investigation appears to be entering one of its most significant stages yet.